Episode 1. In the 17th century, those of mixed heritage are treated as outcasts in Japan, deemed less than human by society. Among them is Mizu, a blue-eyed warrior forced into a life of secrecy and shame. Determined to uncover the truth of their origins, Mizu embarks on a relentless quest for vengeance, hunting down the 4 white men who were in Japan at the time of their birth, one of whom must be responsible for their existence. With Violet, one of the 4, already dead by their hand, Mizu presses forward, driven by the need to find and eliminate the remaining 3. Mizu enters a noodle shop where a ruthless flesh trader, Hai, is tormenting Ringo over his disability and eventually pulls a gun on him. Mizu calmly intervenes, questioning Hai about the weapon's origin. When Hai refuses to answer and turns the gun on Mizu, they swiftly sever his fingers with a knife. Terrified and in pain, Hai reveals that he obtained the gun from a black market dealer named Hai Shindo. While praying at a shrine, Mizu reflects on their difficult past. As a child in Koha, they were relentlessly bullied for their blue eyes, especially by one cruel boy. During a life-threatening encounter, just as the bully was about to strike Mizu with a rock, an asteroid unexpectedly crashed nearby, scaring the bullies away. Still on the ground, Mizu watched as Master Eiji, a blind swordmaker, arrived. With Mizu's help, he took the fallen asteroid to his forge. Over time, Mizu became his apprentice, training with the swords they crafted. Despite discovering Mizu's blue eyes, Eiji accepted them without hesitation. Now in Kyoto, Mizu heads toward the Shindo school and briefly crosses paths with Princess Kyoka, who is on her way to convince her father, Lord Dai, to approve her engagement to the samurai Taigen. At the Shindo school, Mizu insists on meeting Master Shindo despite repeated refusals. Their persistence escalates into a fight with the school's swordsman, whom Mizu easily defeats using a wooden sword, and even their own dislodged teeth as projectiles. As the overwhelmed students face imminent defeat, they call upon the school's strongest warrior, Taigen, interrupting his engagement celebration with Akemi. During their battle, Taigen knocks Mizu down, and in that moment, Mizu recognizes him as the childhood bully from Koha. Realizing who Mizu is, Taigen leads them outside for a proper duel. However, Mizu quickly gains the upper hand, pinning Taigen to the ground, until Master Shindo arrives, halting the fight. Master Shindo, compelled to answer Mizu's question about his brother Hai, discloses the location of Hai's heavily fortified castle. Seeking to cleanse their wound, Mizu heads to a secluded waterfall. After confirming they are alone, they let their hair down, remove their clothes, and begin washing. As they relax in the water, the sudden sound of approaching footsteps puts them on high alert. Instinctively, Mizu grabs their sword and aims it at the intruder, only to realize it's Ringo. In that moment, a shocked Ringo discovers that Mizu's blue eyes aren't their only secret. Mizu is actually a woman. Episode 2. Mizu initially rejects Ringo's help, even threatening him, but eventually agrees to make him her apprentice after recognizing his bravery and usefulness, along with his promise to keep her secret. To prevent him from sneaking up on her, she attaches a bell to his leg. Meanwhile, Taigen, embarrassed by his encounter with Mizu, who merely left him with a bald spot instead of killing him, discusses his humiliation with Akemi. She reassures him, suggesting the duel wasn't official due to his drunken state. This gives Taigen the idea to challenge Mizu to a formal duel, aiming to regain his honor by killing her.
You can't leave. He could be anywhere. It could take months to find him.
Akemi, upset that Taigen left her before their marriage, is summoned by her father, Lord Dai, to meet with the shogun's advisors. They seek a wife for the shogun's younger son, Ito Takayoshi, known for his unusual preferences. Despite Akemi's reluctance, the advisors present her with gifts, including a traditional teeth blackening kit, as Takayoshi prefers his wives to have black teeth. Horrified, Akemi begs her father to refuse the marriage, but when he insists, she decides to run away. Meanwhile, Mizu, enjoying a peaceful moment atop a mountain, is interrupted by the arrival of Hai's Four Fangs, a feared group of ruthless killers. A brutal battle ensues as Mizu uses the terrain to her advantage, taking down the Fangs one by one, their bodies falling to their deaths, showcasing her deadly skill. After enjoying the town's local noodles and watching an exciting sumo match, Ringo participates in the Hadaka Matsuri, Naked Festival. Despite being at a disadvantage, he dives into the water, emerging with the sacred Shinji stick clenched in his teeth, symbolizing that his wish to excel will be granted. Meanwhile, on the mountain, Mizu continues to fight with remarkable agility and strength. Balancing on one hand, she gives the illusion of defying gravity as she throws her sword with lethal precision, killing the last of the Four Fangs. Just as she finishes, she faces Tegan. However, before they can fight, Mizu succumbs to her injuries and falls unconscious, leaving her defenseless and at Taigen's mercy.
Prepare a tea ceremony.
No!
Episode 3. As Mizu lies injured, Taigen chooses to spare her, demonstrating his sense of honor. He entrusts Ringo with her care, ensuring she receives proper treatment. While recovering, Mizu accepts Aigen's challenge for a duel once she has fully healed. A towering man armed with a massive weapon suddenly intervenes, escorting them to a meeting with Hai. During their conversation, Mizu reassures Hai that she bears no hostility toward him. Her sole target is the white man he collaborates with. Hai discloses that the man's name is Abaja Fowler, and that he resides in a heavily fortified castle nearby, kept hidden due to the secrecy of his presence in Japan. Realizing that Fowler's trade is too valuable for Hai to simply allow his death, Mizu senses an imminent betrayal. Her suspicions are confirmed when Hai reveals his plan. An army of archers lies in wait surrounding the mountaintop. The moment he tosses a red ribbon, they will unleash a deadly volley upon her.
Get in. Get in or die now!
Reacting instantly, Mizu slashes off Hai's right hand, causing the ribbon to drop and setting off the deadly hail of arrows. As Hai escapes, Mizu and Taigen shield themselves, carefully retreating into the narrow mountain passage while arrows relentlessly strike around them. With no way out, they soon become vulnerable, suffering multiple hits as the situation turns desperate. Just in time, Ringo arrives on horseback, swiftly rescuing them and ensuring their escape, solidifying Mizu's resolve to take him on as her apprentice. As they celebrate their escape, Taigen is unexpectedly struck unconscious. When he comes to, he finds himself alone with a letter from Mizu, assuring him that their destined duel will happen, but only after she finishes her quest for vengeance. Still processing her words, Taigen is abruptly captured by the towering warrior and delivered to Fowler, who intends to extract any valuable information from him.
I'll protect you.
Episode 4. Within the walls of Madame Kaji's brothel, she discloses her awareness of Kaji's regular trips to Fowler's castle and presses for a detailed account of its layout to assist in her infiltration. However, when the conversation turns to Fowler's disturbing cannibalistic tendencies, Kaji's once welcoming demeanor grows grim. In exchange for the information, Kaji assigns Mizu the task of rescuing Kino, one of her girls, from the control of Boss Hamada, the local crime boss. The objective is to kill Kino in a way that appears accidental, as any hint that Kaji is behind it would provoke Hamada's fury, endangering the rest of her girls. As Akemi journeys from town to town, relentlessly searching for Taigen, she gains hope upon spotting Mizu. Believing that Mizu, like every other man, will visit Kaji's brothel at least once, she decides to join the establishment. Prior to entering Mizu's room, Akemi poisons the sake and puts on a false smile. Just as Mizu is about to drink, Akemi mentions that she recently killed a famous samurai from Koto. This infuriates Akemi, prompting her to attempt to stab Mizu in revenge. However, Mizu quickly disarms her and restrains her. Mizu then discloses that she knows Akemi is the princess of Kyoto and admits that she never killed Tegan, which brings relief to Akemi.
You think I don't remember you? Princess Akemi of the Tokunobu clan.
Meanwhile, Taigen's situation has become so dire that death might seem like a mercy. He is being subjected to brutal torture in Fowler's dungeon. Despite the relentless pain, he refuses to reveal anything about Mizu, leaving him battered and bloodied. In the dead of night, Mizu sets out on her mission to rescue Kino. She expertly sneaks into the building, avoiding the guards, and soon locates Kino. At first, Kino is wary, haunted by the horrors she suffered under Hamada's control, but eventually, she trusts Mizu's intentions and finds comfort resting on her shoulder. With a sorrowful heart, Mizu puts an end to Kino's suffering by breaking her neck, ensuring it looks like one of Hamada's men committed the act. As she flees the scene, a young boy catches sight of her. Despite the danger, she chooses to let him go. After returning to Kaji and reporting the completion of her mission, Mizu is given a map showing the secret tunnel into Fowler's castle. However, their triumph is brief as Boss Hamada and his men burst into the brothel, ready to cause chaos, having been alerted by the same young boy.
Kill everyone, then burn it down.